All right, so we should be live. There it is. The camera's right there. So we wanted to check in with you, see how you're doing, working the plan. Um, a little bit of a different format here tonight. So we're going. I'm just kind of trying to get everything squared away so that so we're all connected together. So give me a second to get set up as to what's going on here. I think we're live everywhere. That's kind of the game plan. Let me see what's going on. Always trying a new setup. So there, looks like that's working. So, all right. So I think we're good there. Let me get that. Just want to turn that down just in case it is. So, all right. So there we go. We should be good there. We should be live everywhere. So, I wanted to just check in with you, see how you're doing, see what's going on. That light is super duper bright. Let's turn that down. And let's go here. One more thing. Sorry. I tried setting this up a little earlier and wasn't exactly squared away for it. So, all right, we should be good now. So, hey, I'm looking for your comments. That's where I'm trying to find them on Facebook, and Facebook isn't showing me them, so that's going to be kind of interesting. So, I want to see what's going on with you. It looks like we're streaming live on YouTube, yay, and we're streaming live on Facebook, yay. So now let's see if I can find the Facebook feed, and I cannot. So. Let's see that. All right. All right. So, little bit of a technical glitch here. I thought I was going to be able to stream live, which I am. I thought I was going to be able to kind of view what's going on in your world as well. So we're live over on YouTube. So let's try this for a little bit. If let's do interaction over on YouTube. So I see Michelle on YouTube. Joyce is over there, and who is it? Selly? I can't pronounce it, and I can't read it. That's what's fun about YouTube is you guys use all of your favorite funny names, so makes it a little more difficult. But all right, so I want to give you an update here. I want to talk about a couple things. I'm going to get this recorded so we have it here. I want to talk about the new myWW plan. You've probably seen all the hype. You've seen all the amazing things that WW has come up with. And I want to share some of that with you right now and say, hey, how can we help you? How do we get you figuring out what you need to do so that you can be dialed in, locked in, and getting it done? So sound pretty cool? All right, so Keith is over there on YouTube. Carrie is over on YouTube. Roxanne as well, and very fun. So always good to see all of you guys over there as well. So I apologize. I can't see your comments on Facebook, and it's really irritating me because I used to always be able to see them, and now I can't. So let's try one more thing. Just hang with me just a millisecond. I thought I was going to be able to do it. Let me try this and just see one more thing here. Getting there. Shoot. Nope. All right, so that's not good at all because was not my intent, was to not be able to hang out with you on YouTube. So on Facebook. That was not my intent. So anyway. So I'm just gonna ramble, and then what I'll do after is let's do this. You guys move over to YouTube. If you're on Facebook, you know how to get on YouTube. It's super simple. Find Fat Dag on YouTube. That seems to be working just fine. I can see all of your comments. Yeah, Michelle says move to YouTube from Facebook. Kitty's over there. Linda's over there. Tanny's over there. Michelle, Jillian, Carrie, Robin. Very fun. Let's just move this over to YouTube just for now, and then I'll figure out why I can't interact with you on Facebook. But Lynn says I moved as well. So if you're on Facebook, you're more than welcome to watch and participate and listen. But I just can't see your comments tonight. So it's an interesting dynamic that I wasn't prepared for. So Marty joined us over on YouTube as well. So very fun. Moved from Facebook as well. So all right. So here we go. Here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this new myWW. I think it's a game changer. I think it's fantastic for the first time ever, as WW has been working for what I read is a couple years. They've been working on this myWW plan, where it now gives us the choice to figure out what works out best for us, which I think is phenomenal. if you think about some of the previous plans that we've been on, what's always kind of happened is when all of a sudden the research supports something different, they say, hey, here's where we're moving to. Good luck. And you're going to like it because it's based on the latest science and it's based on all these good things that you're ready for. But many of us were like, no, 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 no. What's working for me right now is this. I don't want to make a switch. And we never really had that option. So this time, for the first time ever, you get the option to stay right where you are, and that's now called the Blue Plan. So I think that's an amazing, amazing opportunity for us to kind of, for those who don't want to make a change, you don't have to, which is super duper cool. Then they come up with two new plans, a green plan and a purple plan. And so what happens is now is they say in the blue plan, you get 200 0-point items, right? And then you get a moderate smart point budget to kind of use however you need to use. If you're looking for more smart points, you kind of want a sizable amount, then you can move to the green plan. You get a lot more points, but what they've done is the trade-off is you get 100 0-point items instead of the 200 from the blue plan. Well, if you're saying, no, I'm looking for more 0-point items like some whole grains and I want to work that in, well, then sure, then we'll move you down to a modest smart point budget. And that plan there, the purple plan, gives you the opportunity to have more 0-point plans. So Jennifer says, I'm going green. YUPSEP finally has meaning to me again. I see a lot of people. Gail says green. Michelle says team green. Tammy, Gail, Pamela stays blue. Here's kind of why I wanted to go live tonight and have this conversation. I've seen a lot of posts today about people saying team this, team that, team that. It's not like there's 3 different teams. It's still Team WW. We're all still in the same plan. We just get to choose what fits our lifestyle best. So I'm not going to stop you from saying it. It's not my intent, not ever my game plan. But I want us to start thinking in terms of that it's really one plan and 3 different ways to work it based on what works best in your lifestyle. So yeah, Team WW works is what Pamela says, and I agree with that. Lynn says, I was scared going to purple, but I'm trying it. And you really, I think personally for me, the purple plan is kind of interesting in a sense where there's a lot of foods that are 0 points that I don't currently eat. I would love to have those in my daily, opportunity for me to eat them, but I'm not there yet. So I'm like, okay, let me have more points. I'll figure out what I want to do with that. So I'm back to, Team WW, one plan, 3 different ways to work it. But here's what I want to stress more than anything. Get to a workshop this week. If you're a digital member, I don't care. This week, the WW has opened up the workshop to every single person. So just go to a workshop, get the materials, sign up if you're not a member, get the book, get the new My Success Planner book, which I think is a game changer. If you haven't been yet, this My Success Planner is a game changer. It's a kind of a daily journal. You see each day in there. You can make notes each day. It fits perfectly in with the MET goals we're talking about, the moving, eating, and thinking goals that we've talked about in the podcast before. So those MET goals, you can kind of start now tracking them in your success planner. And really, we just want you to stay focused for 8 weeks. At the end of those 8 weeks, you reset. You set new goals for yourself. You move forward a little bit differently, and you rock it. But you've got to get to a workshop this week to kind of figure it out. And so Connie says, I can't do a lot of 0-point foods. I need structure. I'm excited for green to be back. So here's what's interesting, Connie, is structure means something different to every one of us. I agree with you that for me, structure means give me an amount of points and I will use them however I want. But I've heard a lot of people on the purple side say, hey, I need structure, and that's why I'm going to purple, because now I have a list of foods that as long as I eat these foods, I'm going to be okay, and I don't have to worry about all these points. So the coolest thing is there isn't one plan that's better than the other in that regard. There is no, you're not going to lose more weight on one plan or the other, and one of them doesn't give you more freedom or flexibility. They're all kind of there. So the thing you've got to stay focused on is none of the plans work if you don't use them, right? That's the key in all this. If you were struggling on freestyle and you weren't tracking, you weren't opening your app, you weren't checking in, blue doesn't work, right? But green or purple isn't going to work either because they all require you to log in. They all require you to track to some degree. They all require you to either eat from a 0-point list or eat from an actual point list, and going from there. Linda, I see you. Yes, you are showing here. So hopefully that is cool. If you guys haven't, I'm back to going on YouTube. I don't know why we can't get on Facebook. That's irritating me. But make sure you follow the channel on YouTube, because I'm going to try and start streaming back and forth to a bunch of different platforms, because I've just found out that a lot of people are looking for it in a lot of different ways, and so I want to kind of make sure we're there. So what questions do you have? That's what I want to talk about. I want to answer, so I've been through the training. I'm a WW coach. I will put my opinion on all of this. So this is not an official, this doesn't count as your weekly meeting. This isn't the word from the top. This is not that. This is how I understand it and how I'm going to relay it at best. A chance for you to ask whatever questions you certainly have. So ask away on YouTube is the easiest way, because I can see your comments there. Linda says, how many points do you get with purple? So each of them, there's a minimum for each of the plans. And, shoot, I should know that off the top of my head, and I just don't. Let me see if it's in this book right here. I think 30 for green, and 23 for purple, and I think it's 16. Sorry, 23 for blue, and I think it's 16. I could be off on 16. Yeah, it is 16. So 16, 23, and 30 are the minimums for the 3 plans. So there we go. But then certainly it's based on your age, it's based on your gender, and it's based on your weight from there. So those are your minimums. But from there, they certainly adjust based on it. So, and then on the green plan, it's to 100 0-point items. On the blue plan, it's 200 0-point items, and on the purple plan, it's 300. So the blue dot ranges. I see a lot of questions about what the blue dot range is. If you're a WW member, this is what I want to tell you. You got to go into your app and look it up. It's going to be different for all of us, and I want you to get in the habit of logging into your app, clicking on the little present at the bottom if you're on the iPhone, and click on your healthy eating zone. It'll tell you what your range is for you. And so I think that's important for you to kind of find that, because I don't want you doing the math. I just want you relying on the app to go ahead and do that. So Connie's asking which plan did I pick. So I picked WW still. That's the plan I'm sticking with. And I half joke about that. I'm going to switch to green. Green works better in my lifestyle. I want the points to budget however I want. How I equate it, as I was saying this earlier, is it's kind of like I've been given an allowance my whole life, and then someone took my allowance and then gave me a pair of shoes. Like, well, I don't want those shoes. I want the money to go buy the shoes that are the most comfortable on my feet. So I'd rather have the points and manage it that way. So for me, certainly green makes more sense. Let's see. April says, I definitely need more structure. I need less flexibility, too much freedom. 200 and 300 0-point lists can be dangerous for me. Yeah, and so I agree with you. And then there are many people on the flip side that say just the opposite, of like, oh my God, I can't live within this number of budget. Just tell me what foods I eat. I already know how to eat sensibly. Not me. So yeah. So Gail says, see the blue dot range in your app. Yep. Thanks, Mike. And so that's the best way. Because if I tell you, here's the reason I don't want to tell you is 2 reasons. One is because it's WW's information. But 2, the more important reason is I want you to find it, because it'll change on you, and I want you to know, I want you to know that where to find the information. I think that's more important than having the information. So Shuli says, I think anyone who has issues with portion control should strongly consider green. 0 is not free. So yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that, right? But so because we know, you can overdo it on chicken breast, so that's a good point for sure. Barbara says staying on the blue plan. I like that. Let's see. Kathy says, is one of the programs closer to the old Smart Points plan? So the the green plan and the purple plan, they're new plans, right? You have rollover points now. The fit points have changed. The healthy eating zone has changed. So let's get rid of the notion that we're going back to something. We've moved forward based on science. We've moved forward based on research. And it boils down to a sizable Smart Point budget is in the green plan. The minimum daily points is going to be about 30, and then it's going to adjust from there based on your gender and your weight, and then from there you get 100 0-point items to work. So Before, and the 0 point items are generally fruits and vegetables at the green plan. So none of them are the same as what we had before. So you may find some similarities, but we didn't. It's not the same in that regard. So you do have the option not to roll over points. You absolutely do. In your app, there is a setting to roll your points over, yes or no. You can set that up to say, no, I don't want to roll my points over. Yep. Very great point, Marty. Thanks for sharing that. No, Linda, there is not a time limit to choose. You could, in theory, you could change back and forth every week if you wanted to. You could probably change back and forth every single day, although I don't know what it does to the math. But the concept is find the one that works your lifestyle and use it. And so, if you come to me as a coach, I'm going to have you I'm going to walk you through a couple weeks of one plan before I say, let's go ahead and make the switch. But you're certainly free to ignore me and do whatever you want. The app is just a matter of clicking the button. But I'm going to walk through and say, how did you do this week, and what was your challenge, and what was easy, what was difficult, so that we can determine that if it's the plan or if it's the way we're working the plan that's working for you. So great question. But yeah, and so no, you can change the plan as often as you'd like, and my recommendation would be to do it as minimal as possible. But again, it's certainly your journey. You get to make that choice. I saw a post earlier today where someone said something along the lines of, they could envision themselves on vacation being on one plan, and while they're home being on another plan. Yeah, I can see that as well. Sure, but Laura says, I'm sticking with blue. I like incorporating the 0 point foods in my meals. Eating totally different foods than on Smart Points. Not ready to try purple though. Yeah, so Laura, interesting. I mean, I've really, in my brain says if I could move towards purple, if I could move from green to blue to purple, then I've made significant progress, because right now, most of the things on the 0 point list on purple, I don't like, which is why I can't do purple. It's why I struggle with freestyle, even the blue plan. Of the 200 food list of 0 points, I eat about a dozen of them. So it wasn't a benefit to me to have 200 food items that I wasn't eating, so I needed the more points. But I could see in my brain, if I could transition from green to blue to purple, I personally, that's a goal of me, long-term goal, and we've been working on that. If you're in the Wise Wingman community, you'll see the post that my wife put about feeding Fat Dag. That's kind of our goal, is for me to expand my palate. So Marty says, my feelings are purple would be great for maintenance, right? So yeah, and so Lynn says, I'm excited to have sweet potatoes on Thanksgiving. Well, I can have sweet potatoes on Thanksgiving too. Because I get the points now to choose those versus something else. So, yeah, Kathy says, love the reminder. The key is still tracking and attending meetings, right? It's so true. You don't for a second think you're going to switch your app to blue or purple or green, and all of a sudden it's just going to magically work. You've still got to have portion control, even on all the plans. You still got to have a mindset of when you're out of points, stop eating points. Even if you have a sizable, a moderate, or a modest amount, it doesn't. You still have to track them and be accountable to them. You got to be accountable to yourself. So Michelle says, I'm excited for 0 point oatmeal in the morning. Right. So on all three plans, you can have oatmeal, right? Because you get the points. So. That's where I want. It's going to be interesting to watch this discussion over the next, I don't know, couple weeks to see how we're all the same, right? Someone's going to say, "Hey, I can't wait to have a baked potato," and someone on green says, "Well, I can have a baked potato at 7 points," and because I get 30, it's very easy to do. Because I can have, whatever. I can have a salad for lunch. So it's going to be very interesting to see that we're still all eating the same foods. It's just a matter of how we track them and adjust for them and account for them in our daily budget. Yeah, so Tandy says, if you work the program as designed, the program will work for you, right? That nothing could be more true than that. Again, we can't just give you an app and have you find success. You've got to you kind of got to go after it and really put in the work. And like I said on Connect a little earlier, is that you actually got to go one step further. You've got to say, okay, I'm going to do this, and you've got to really dig in and do it. And that's what's going to make the difference. Not what color you're on. And I've said this before on many podcasts, that every single plan out there works. I don't care if it's WW. I don't care if it's Jenny Craig. I don't care if it's Nutrisystem. I don't care if it's keto, paleo, South Beach. All those things work. The difference is can you sustain it for life? So when you add now purple, green, and blue, they're all going to work the same way. But the question is how will they work for you in your lifestyle, and can you adjust to make it work for you? So I agree with all of this about it says, Marty again says, I definitely feel a renewed sense of enthusiasm for WW. Sure, because now you get to choose the plan that works best for you. Tremendous value in that. And so what's even cooler is now think of this right now. So there is some enthusiasm, there is some buzz in the workshop. It's way more fun to sit in a workshop when people are happy, right? I mean, you've been to those workshops when the group is just kind of they're just not fun, and even the leader has a hard time, the coach has a hard time getting the room excited and happy. Would you much rather attend a workshop where the coach is happy, energetic, exciting, or a workshop where the coach goes, have a seat, sit down? So the fact that there's a buzz right now is cool, and use that to your benefit and continue to create it. So as new members come in, especially as we start getting into January, new members come in and go, yes, yes, I'm ready, I can do this. And you're like, heck yeah, you can, because I did. Yeah, so Robin, I don't know about the healthy fats, so I don't know. Give me a better example, and I'll tell you. But so what's going to have to happen is, I mean, I really can't share it in that regard, but I have the list of 0 point foods on each plan. So I don't know what you're thinking about by healthy fats. So if you ask me, I can kind of tell you, a little bit about what's on the plan, but I haven't studied it detailed to know what is on which list and what's not on which list. So so that's going to be it. But when you get to your workshop, you'll get the book that they'll hand out, and then you can kind of find it as well. So sorry for not answering your question. I just don't have a solid answer based off just the generic term of healthy fat. So Ann says, I'm fortunate to like all the 0 point foods. Yes, see, I truly wish I was there. So Michelle says healthy fats stay the same on all plans. So thanks, Michelle, for clearing that up. I thought that to be true, but I just didn't know enough about it yet, because I guess that was not something I'd run into yet. So so very cool. But again, back to Ann. So yeah, I would love to. My ideal scenario is that I look at the 0 point list on the purple plan and go, yes, yum. I would still have to work in portion control. I still have to have some willpower to not eat all of it. But right now, I don't eat any of it. So it's not even I can't. There's no way me personally can switch to purple based on my lifestyle and based on my eating habits. So I want to get there. That's my goal. And that's one of the things I'm most thankful for of freestyle is freestyle did teach me to start trying new, healthier foods that I never would have tried before, because the 0 point value enticed me to use them. So what I'm going to do on green is I'm going to look at the 0 point list for blue and the 0 point list for purple, and I'm going to eat more of those foods. Sure, I'm going to count them. I'm going to have to account for the point value for them, but I know if I can start learning to like them with points, then when I start liking them enough, I can start switching from one plan to the next, and in my world, progress to purple, which is kind of a long-term goal. So what other questions do you have regarding this plan? Again, the number one thing I want you to do is I want you to get to a workshop. Really, I really just want you to get into a workshop, get with your coach, and get the information firsthand. So Marty says, what foods don't I like? Yeah, the 0 point list on purple, that's the good start. The 0 point list on blue, there's like about a dozen. I don't do seafood. I don't do a lot of fruits and vegetables. I don't do weird stuff. I'm a baked potato and chicken and French fry kind of guy, and some steak. And pizza, right? That's the 4 or 5 things I do like. So again, no exaggeration. The 200-point list of foods, I bet you there's 12 on there that I eat. No kidding. The rest I don't. So that's why I struggled on freestyle in that sense. Is like, you took away all my points and didn't give me personally anything in return, because that's not something I eat. So it just didn't work. So that was my game. So again, now give me the points back, and then I can self-control the point values of the things I do like. When I'm out of points, stop eating points, and at the same time, slowly start learning to like the rest of those things. So what other questions do you have regarding that? And so that's all I wanted to do, is I want to kind of cover that with you in case you didn't get a chance to get to a workshop. But I think that was kind of the game plan. Esther says, drove through a huge snowstorm to get to the workshop today. So good job, right? That's dedication. That's the type of effort you've got to put in long term to have that success. So, whew. April says, only if broccoli came looking and tasting like a French fry would it be awesome. Agree. Yeah, broccoli and I not exactly friends. I've tried twice. Zucchini and I not friends, not at all. Anna just signed up for workshops today. Congratulations, awesome, great job. So welcome to the group. Connie says cheers. Yep, I just drank a little bit of water just to kind of. So Lisa says, is there a quiz to help you decide which plan is best for each person? There is not for current members. And so part of the strategy behind that was if you're a current member and we started asking you, how often do you eat eggs and how often do you eat chicken? You may say a higher number than you would like to because the freestyle plan allowed you to do that more. So if you're a current member, we just want you to pick which one you want to do and move to it. If you've never done WW before, then when you sign up, there will be a quiz that'll walk you through. But the quiz is designed for people who are not current WW members. So no, there's no quiz for those of us who are currently members. So I hope that helps a little bit. Pamela says, ever since I updated the app, my blue dots are gone. Is it just me? I think it is just you. That's not a feature that should have gone away. Yep. So Barbara says, what 0-point foods do I like? Well, let me put it this way. So a salad for me is lettuce and cucumbers. Maybe some cheese in the salad, which I know is not 0 points, and maybe some little carrots, carrot strings. That's what a salad looks like for me. Don't put tomatoes in it. Don't put onions in it. Don't put, ugh. And so that's it on the vegetables. I'll eat some peas if I have to, green beans if I have to. That's it for vegetable. I don't do fish, right? So, it's funny. We put the article in WW. If you saw the article on WW today, it said that I eat fish, and I was like, I think that was supposed to be chicken. So a little bit of a typo there, but so. Karen says maybe the healthy zone has changed. Maybe that's why there's no blue dots. So certainly that could be, right? Look into your app, click on the little present at the bottom, and see what your healthy eating zone is, and see if you're no longer in the range. That could be, you could be under eating. So Lori says, you are the male version of me. Meat and potatoes, however, I will eat broccoli. Nope. Asparagus, nope. Zucchini, nope. But don't run to eat them, and I don't cook them often because craving for carbs and protein is too great. Yep. So yeah, exactly. Totally. Meat, potatoes, and pizza. Meat, potato, and pizza. Those are my three things. So Ann says, Lisa said his blue dots went away. Yeah, I don't know. Mine did not. So I don't know what the status of that is. So, we can kind of, and I'm not saying this, but there's probably an opportunity or the first day of the rollout, maybe something happens systematically that they weren't anticipating. So it's not a feature that should have disappeared. So if it's disappeared temporarily, it will come back. I promise you that. The blue dots are staying. So Shuli says, needing to measure has taught me a lot about being mindful as to how much I'm eating. Exactly. Weighing and measuring teaches you, like, okay, you can survive on a lot less food than you think you can, but you got to be mindful to that process. So, yeah. Jen says, I'm sure there'll be glitches in the beginning. So, the app has been out for a little while. As coaches, we've had access to it. And so I noticed when I first got the app, there were some glitches. Like my points were I was on green, but the app was showing the points for blue. And then all of a sudden that fixed itself. And so there could be, it could be, just a day or two for everything to catch up. So Pamela says, that's right. They're on the week, but gone on the calendar. So I don't know. But again, the blue dots are cool. We get that, right? But you certainly know how to work the program, and you know the range, and tracking and eating your 0-point foods. That's kind of the game plan, and go there. So what else you got? What else do you want to know as we move forward? Again, I want you to get to a workshop this week. That's the most important thing. And I'll figure out why we can't have this conversation on Facebook as well. but interesting. But I'm here to answer whatever questions else you have. Yeah, Tanny says reboot usually helps working with the app, so that's not a bad strategy as well. So Linda says, how do I update the app to show the plan that I picked? In the settings, in the top right-hand corner, click on your little person, click on the settings, and then in there you choose blue, green, or purple. It should be that easy to switch it. Laura says, my husband and I are working on portion control. Sometimes we have the points for things and we've just been eating them, trying to focus on when we actually feel full, which is right. Just because you have the points, doesn't necessarily mean you should just go eating them. Depending, especially if you're eating enough 0-point items. So good. Linda says mine is not till Friday, so this has been helpful. Good. So, but still, obviously, for sure, get into your workshop because your leader is going to know you a little better and know your history and your success, and you certainly can have that conversation with your coach. And say, okay, here's what I think, and what do you think? And you guys can make that decision together if you need to, but. Don says, so excited for the new purple plan. My workshop's on Saturday, so it'll be on program for 5. Right, so you'll go into the thing early knowing how to work it. So you still have rollovers if you want them. You can turn the rollovers off in your app if you need to do that. So Jen says, what if you don't track on the phone? You certainly can go, you can do paper tracking, right? And so I would encourage you to start embracing that because, again, when you look things up, everything's in there. It's just so much easier. You can double track to paper if you like the accountability of actually putting it on paper. But I just have found, and again, I know it's not for everybody. I found the app just makes it so much easier for me to do the math for me. So, yeah, Kathleen says it's great that we all get the new plan the same day. I agree. Did anything else change? Activity charms. So Connie, charms it depends on when you've been, right? But charms are now awarded in 5-pound increments. Don't quote me off the top of my head, but there's a 5-pound, a 10-pound, a 15-pound, 20, 25. I believe there's 30. I forget, but they're in 5-pound increments for a little while, so you're good. And the activity, we now have the new Fit Points 2.0. That's new since depending on when you've been in. So yes, so a lot of it has changed, and then we're still working on the ability to for our mindset, which is super duper important. So cool. What else? Yeah, right. And so we talk about Christy says, a new My Success Story plan book. It's actually a book. It's actually a book that you now, like a little planner that you get to kind of carry around and kind of plan your whole weekend. So yeah, it's phenomenal. I think that's the understated piece of this that is going to be tremendously valuable for a lot of us in the workshop. Is to, before the little My Success Story book, there wasn't enough room to make a lot of notes. This thing's big enough you can make a lot of notes in, and you can detail out your week, which is going to be very valuable. Yeah, Christy says it's big. It totally is big. Connie says I do the computer app and paper track. No, nope. The My Success Planner comes if you're a workshop member. You get that every 8 weeks, right? You get a new one every 8 weeks, right? So, yeah, it's included in your plan. Good question. You don't have to buy it. There is a new cookbook. So there's a new cookbook you can buy, right? And I have not seen it yet. I'll see it tomorrow night when I get to my workshop. But supposedly the cookbook has all the the blue, the green, and the purple dots based on every single food, which I think will be super helpful. But I have not seen. I'll update you on that when I get to see that, when I actually touch it this weekend, or this week, I mean. So cool. Any other questions? Let's wrap this up. I'm here to answer out whatever you. Wow, Don says the cookbook sold out online already. Woo! Fantastic. Any other questions? What else? What else? What's on your mind? How about unrelated to this plan? What do you want to talk about? Yes, on all the plans, your points go down as you lose weight, down to the minimum. The minimum for green is 30. The minimum is for blue is 23. The minimum for purple is 16. So let's say you start and you're on green and you get 50 points. Well, it'll start going down until you get to 30 based on your age, your gender, and your current weight. Melissa says, if you like potatoes, there are 0 points on the purple plan. Right. So if you like potatoes too much, I'd rather I'd rather keep myself accountable and track them as the point value that they are. So yeah, there is no WW magazine anymore. Yeah, for sure. It was kind of cool, but now they that has been done. Yeah, Christy says this. Christy, I appreciate you being here. You're really helpful. The snacks will be repackaged to show the points for each plan as well. So, and Lynn says I'm excited to meal plan on purple. Connie says my coach said depends on what color you take, the recipes change. Yeah, of course they do, right? Because if you're adding zero, so here's probably a great example, right? The 2 ingredient dough using the low fat non Greek yogurt, right? That's the Greek. So that Greek yogurt is now 0 on blue, 0 on purple, but it's not 0 on green. So when you're sitting in your workshop and someone says, "Oh, I just tried this amazing recipe, it's 3 points," you in your head you're going to say, "Wait a minute, it's 3 points on purple. It may be 6 points on green." So it's still a good indication that if it's 0 on purple, it's probably healthy. So it's worth spending your points on if you're on green. But yeah, so you just have to know that don't take someone else's advice for, hey, this is X amount of points. Do the math yourself based on your plan so that you get the accurate information. So Christy says, I just did phone support this morning and an evening workshop. So yeah. So hey, I have six workshops this week. I have so 1 tomorrow, 1 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, and 2 on Saturday. Is that 6? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Yeah, 6. So I have 6 workshops this week. Very fun. So Kathleen says the yogurt is 2 on green. Yep. So again, the whole bottom line is don't, just because somebody says it's 5 points, you need to look it up for yourself. You always should have been doing that anyways, because it's that critical for you just to have the skill to know how to calculate it, but 2, to be accurately in your counting is very important. So, yeah. So Allison's asking how I spent my Veterans Day. Real low key here today. Went to breakfast, had a couple phone calls today, and my wife and I went to dinner a little while ago. So nothing crazy. It was interesting, right? For me, this was the first Veterans Day that I'm not actively serving. So that was kind of a little bit of something I'm not used to. So that was kind of fun, but it was actually kind of cool. So WW posted on their social channels. They did an interview with me last week and asked me about my journey and whatnot. So it's in Connect. WW Official posted it in Connect. It's on Facebook. It's on their Instagram story. And it's on the website, www.com/US/Mike. It's that simple. So that's how I spent my day reading that, which was cool. So, yeah, so let's see what else. Yeah, Joanne says, I always try and put things in the recipe builder. Yep, smart. Yeah, Christy says, 6 is a lot. I have 3 per week and I'm a guide. Yeah, 6 is going to be, so of the 6, 2 are, 4 of them are I'm subbing. So they're not my typical week, but I'm subbing for a little while. So Kathleen says, very nice article. Yeah, I was very happy with it as well. It was very nice of them to write that. Yep. So, and then Jen says, when you're out of points, stop eating points. True. I like that. It's back. Oh, so look. Can you see it? I think I have it right here. I think it's legible. My camera is about 20 seconds behind. There it is. That's why oops up. My camera is about 20 seconds behind, so I can't see it as quickly. So Diane says, I want to get to the purple plan, but afraid of getting addicted to bread and potatoes again. That was my downfall. Yeah, I agree with you. Not in your scenario. I agree that, my issue with freestyle is I got addicted to protein bars and I got addicted to protein shakes because I didn't like a lot of the 0 point foods and I was running out of points. So I needed a lot of protein with the low amount of points, and protein bars and protein shakes did that. So I was skipping meals and having too many protein bars, and so I kind of got rid of that. And I'm glad I solved that, but the scale didn't like it when I did that. So, yep. Did the new program scare some of the guides away? I don't think so. I think everybody I've talked to has been excited. I haven't talked to anybody yet that's not excited about this. So I mean, there's no reason not to be excited. If you don't want to change, don't change. If you're looking for a change, you can go left or right of the current norm and make adjustments. So very fun. Christy's putting a plug out for WW. Right. So right now WW is hiring, and they've lifted the. Well, let me back up. Not that they've lifted, they've held true to their word that this is a wellness journey. So you don't have to hit your goal weight. You have to be someone who understands the program and wants to help other people and is working on your program at the same time. That's the qualifications to becoming an employee. So if you want to be a coach or want to be a guide, go to www.com and and certainly apply. Yeah, Ann says workshop was very crowded today. Yeah, I think that's going to be the case all week because all digital members now can attend for free to get the information. So I think it's great. Will the recipe builders give the points for the plan you're on? Yes, that's the plan for sure. Shuli says, I'm going back to egg white omelets for low calorie, low point, high protein. Dawn says, what's the difference between a guide and a coach? So the guides are the folks who are at the scale, welcoming you, asking how your week was, what skill are you working on. They check you in, they weigh you in, and the coach is the one that facilitates the meeting, the workshop. So, yeah. Yes, Margie, online can go to any workshop this week. Yes, you absolutely can. This week only, go to any workshop, get the materials, or look at the materials, see the materials, and determine how you want to work it. So. Say Hunter says if I build a recipe in blue with 0 point foods and I switch to green, where they have points, will it automatically adjust or do I need to resubmit? Man, I do not know. Christy, what do you think? My guess is that it will recalculate. My guess is that it will, but I honestly don't know. So try it, right? It's that simple. Build something in and switch plans and see what it does. So. Yeah, and so Jillian said, yeah. So again, you guys, yes. So I was right. I just didn't know it. I mean, it made sense that it would adjust. Otherwise, what's the point of having it? So yes, it will adjust according to the gallery. So very fun. Cool. Whew. Anything else? What else do you want to know? How about, like I said, we talked about earlier, anything that's non new plan related? What do you want to know? What's going on? What's on your mind? And let's figure it out from there. So, yeah, Karen says good night, go green. I just think go WW, right? Pick a plan which is called WW. There's 3 ways to work it. Have the success you're deserved for. But again, none of this works if you don't do any of it, right? And none of these work automatically. You can't set your app and forget it and ignore it and expect to have success. You've got to stay with it. Yeah, and then add activity everywhere. Yeah, so you guys are all tracking. You're all doing good stuff. So, all right. So game plan. So episode 283, I'll get that out shortly. That's the game plan. And this episode I've recorded it, so maybe I'll put this in the app for those who are interested in just listening to me ramble. Yeah. Joan says I just looked at one of my recipes and it did adjust. So yep, it just confirmed. I think we all agree now that is the case. And so the next international tour, working on that. I'm working for a sponsor to pay for the travel. The thing I didn't anticipate well enough was one, my foot injury, number one, and number two is the travel. I was paying for that out of the little bit of shirt sales we did, and then certainly the rest of it was coming out of my budget. My retirement. My pension is nice. It's not the same as my salary. So looking for a sponsor to cover that, and we'll continue that because that was too much fun. That was the highlight of my year for sure. So they're getting there. I got some medicine finally, and I actually started taking the medicine to kind of get my feet to heal better. So we'll see how that goes. And I've been working on icing them and doing the exercises. So I'm getting there, really, really getting there. So, all right. On that note, I think that's all we got. So let's see here. Yeah, like I said, it should have streamed live on Facebook, so we're good there, but just didn't reply to the Facebook crowd. So it's over on YouTube. Find Google Fat Dag on YouTube. You'll find it and go there. So Marty, you're very welcome. Judy, you're welcome as well. So Again, thanks for all the wishes on Veterans Day. That was awful nice of the community to step up in that regard. I appreciate that. And always fun to hang out with you. As always, I'll share whatever I got, what I can share with you. I think it's important that we all work this. So, number one, the coolest thing ever: get to a workshop this week, find a coach, and get the information that I just shared with you in a group setting, and you can then be the expert too, right? So, absolutely, you're very welcome. So, thank you all. Have a great night. Good to see you, and I wish you good focus. Bye bye. Take care.